So today I'm going to tell you about box cannons, what they are, why I like them, and how to build them. This one here is a basic box cannon on a simple little car. And as you can see, it fires metal crates very far, very fast, and with a huge amount of force behind them. It's basically the dispenser accelerated by pistons. Now, it really doesn't take much to destroy most targets. This one here is anchored to the ground, which is very unfortunate for it. Fully disintegrated. Here's a heavily armored tank, which is also quite heavy in its own right. And a single shot shatters it and sends it reeling. Yep, nice fireworks show there. And if you think you can defend against them with shields, you are wrong. They pass right through them. And even the heaviest of targets takes massive abuse. We all know how strong hull blocks are. So, that's what a box cannon is, and that's definitely why I like them. They're extremely hard to defend against, and they are a devastating little weapon. Now I'll show you how to build them. The secret is mainly here in the pistons, but we'll build it from scratch, so you get a real good idea how to make them. You don't have to start with a seat in the center, but if you're building a small vehicle out of it, you might as well. Next we'll grab the piston and go into the configurator. We're going to clear the green input, we don't need that, and we're going to set the red input to the firing key. Then we're going to set the speed all the way down to -100, the start position all the way down to 0, and we're going to click the auto reset. So you should have a piston that extends extremely fast right now. Then we just copy that a couple of times over. And for the basic version, you'll want 3 sets in the front and 1 set in the back. And speaking of the back, next is the counterweight. You're going to want it to be 80 kilograms on the back of this thing, which is easiest to do with just 1 each of the weight blocks, 50 and 30, but you can do it with anything. If you're making a plane or something like that, you could use the jet engines as your counterweight, or whatever else works, so long as it's about 80 kilograms. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the closer it is, the more stable it'll be. Then we grab the metal crate dispenser itself, and again go into the configurator. We set the green input to the firing button, and clear the red one. We don't need to worry about this really, it's just what deletes the boxes after they're fired if you need to clean up. But really important, we set the duration to 0.02. You can't forget that, or else it won't work. Now right now it's only a single fire. It stays extended afterwards, but it's really easy to make it fire full auto. We just select all of our pistons, go back into the configurator, we set their duration also to 0.02, and their pause to 0.08. And we also go into the configurator for our dispenser and set its pause to 0.08. So they both have a duration of 0.02 and a pause of 0.08. Now it fires 10 boxes per second, which is more than adequate to destroy pretty much anything in your path. But we don't want to have to respawn in order to aim this thing, so let's build a tiny little vehicle out of it, which only takes us a minute or 2. We're going to grab 6 Bulldog engines, and just line them up on the sides. Grab some wheels. And space them out a little bit. And we don't have to worry about steering hinges because this is going to have tank steering. We'll select 2 engines on this side, go into the configurator, and deselect the tires on the opposite side. Now for this side, on the right, when it goes forward it's going to want to turn it to the left. So on the green input we put left, and we put right on the other one. Then we do the opposite thing on the opposite side. Simple enough. This one will be turning right when it goes forward. So green input is right, and red input is left. And easy as that, now you have a little car to make it much more aimable. Now this particular one doesn't work too well when it's not on flat ground, but this is just a little tutorial so you guys can build your own. Bigger vehicles, more armor, etc. Also, you can build versions with more pistons, like more sets of pistons. So this is one that's obviously a little bit more powerful. It has 6 sets of pistons in the front, 2 in the back, and as you can see, it had to have a much bigger counterweight, and it just has some embellishments along the way too. Now this, it's hard to tell, but it is a lot more powerful because the boxes will go almost entirely out of sight by the time they stop rolling. You can kind of judge the power of them based on that. But it's not necessarily too much more powerful than just having 3 sets of pistons in the front. And it certainly has more chance of getting the bad fireworks and tearing itself apart. Anyways, yeah, these are box cannons. Devastating little weapon. Oh, and I just showed you one of the flaws. They're not actually a close-range weapon because it takes a minute for the box to spawn in. There's a little safe zone in between the car and where it actually spawns the box in. So, you're safer closer than you are farther from these. Also because if you're too close up, of course, you just break yourself apart. Anyways, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, all that good stuff. Bye!
PlayStation